when that turns right, we're like... Muy buenos días y gracias por estarnos acompañando aquí en Canciones de Domingo con Silvia, KUHS Denver Radio y Televisión. Espero que estén teniendo un bonito domingo. Y como ven, ya tenemos aquí a nuestros invitados del día de hoy, que ahorita se los voy a presentar. Vamos a presentar el programa primeramente en inglés. Thank you so much for being with us. Good morning. Canciones de Domingo with Silvia, KUHS Denver Radio and TV station. And as you guys can see, we have our guests already in the studio. We have a full house. That's exciting, especially after COVID. You know, that's something that we're all looking forward to. Well, I was. I don't like, well, Zoom interviews are good, but at the same time, having people in person, that's a different feeling. So, thank you so much. And they are Vampire Rodeo. Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good morning.
Good. Good. So we're going to be talking about you guys' career, what you guys are doing, if you have any projects, and a little bit about the music that you guys have going on, and about writing songs, making music, and all that stuff. So I appreciate you guys are here on a Sunday, because I know that you guys play at your church. So you guys took the day off. So sorry, guys, if you're missing them. Just tune in. You guys will find out more about them, okay? So tell me a little bit about the band. How did you start it? Who started it? And how did that happen?
Well, Lisa here and I are married, and I write most of the songs, and we also do covers. And Lisa sings about half of the songs, and then Michael in the back here sings another.
Raise your hand, Michael.
40%, and I sing about 10% of them. And we started probably about 3 years ago, just kind of friends getting together, jamming, and I actually had a song called Vampire Rodeo from 10 years before, and we were playing that, and we decided to just make a band based on that.
Vampire Rodeo, because I was wondering where the name came from. So that song, Vampire Rodeo, you wrote it?
Yeah.
So how did you came up with the title?
I was kind of at the time, was when all the Twilight movies were out.
Uh-huh.
And everything was vampire, and I was actually sick of vampires. And I was kind of making fun of country music and vampires and soccer moms. If you listen to the lyrics, you'll find I'm poking fun at a lot of things in that song.
Oh, okay. So you hated, you were tired about vampires, and now you've been hearing Vampire Rodeo for 10 years now.
So now I'm in the Psychobilly band here, and we're all about vampires and werewolves and Halloween and all that.
So now you like it?
Yeah. We sing about monsters and vampires and werewolves.
Cars.
Everything. And cars. And
having fun. Like singing about
all
cars.
Sorts of things.
Now I'm sick of zombies, because every other TV show is about zombies.
But we have a zombie song as well.
Okay, I was thinking that maybe you were going to change the name of the band to like Zombie Rodeo now or something.
Oh no, we got a zombie crawl.
Oh, well, that's an event that happens in Denver, in downtown Denver. Every year, the zombie crawl. I was part of it once. I said zombie.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. But
Did you meet your wife there, Kendall?
I did. Well, that's when we went on our first date, was the zombie crawl.
Wow. How long ago?
8 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we didn't have it last year because the pandemic and stuff. But I don't know. I think this year there's a lot of events that still, not back on. So maybe we have to wait till next year for the zombie crawl again.
Hopefully this year.
You think so?
Hopefully, yeah.
Huh? Yeah, because there's a lot of events that they're still kind of, not. Actually, I was just talking to my manager about that. The concerts that were on around this time of the year, they were canceled because they're still afraid that they're not going to have full capacity again.
Yeah.
So until like maybe next year. So.
Wow, another year.
I know,
Wow.
but it flew by like crazy.
It did.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I'm looking like. Wow, we're July, 6 months into the year already, and it's just crazy how things happen. How did that affect you guys? The pandemic.
We were really starting to roll right before it. We had gigs lining up, and then March came along, and everything got canceled. We did sit down and make a record during it. That's the one. It's up on Pandora, Spotify, all over, iHeart, everywhere.
Oh, really? So you guys have your music on all the music platforms right now?
Yeah.
Okay, how many songs do you guys have out?
11?
11? Oh, wow.
You know, when you think about the gifts of the pandemic, there were gifts of the pandemic too. I mean, it was a great time to reset, you know, and get a new focus on things or whatever. And, you know, like Brett said, we spent a lot of time in his basement studio just recording stuff, and it was just a blast.
Yeah, we worked hard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it
that's,
was a blast.
yeah, that's one of the things that I told people, like, not everything was negative. A lot
Right.
of things, you know, a lot of positive things came out of the pandemic. You know, a lot of people actually started their careers during pandemic because that's when, you know, they had that dream or being, you know, a musician, a singer or something, and that couldn't happen before because they were so busy with their regular jobs, with, you know, like family and all the stuff. You know how crazy it is. But with the pandemic, just being at the house, they had the extra time to, like, you know, now is the time to, let's try to do this. And a lot of singers actually came out because of the pandemic. So I'm glad that was a blessing for you guys too.
Yeah.
Oh, so see, you guys, it's always, you know, something to be thankful for. I know, like, you know, it was kind of hard because probably you guys wanted to be on a stage and having, you know, the warm feeling is always nice when you have the audience there applauding you and, you know, like cheering you up, dancing and singing your music. But at the same time, you know, like you say, you guys reset, you guys, you know, record, and that's something that probably wouldn't happen so much if it wasn't because of the pandemic.
We even made a video, Corona Blues. It's on Facebook
And
Yeah,
YouTube,
it was
yeah,
and
yeah.
YouTube. Yeah.
Wow.
Get a chance, check that out. It's making the best out of a bad situation, and it's a real hilarious video on a serious subject.
yeah.
But
If you
you
want
take
to
what
see
life
me in a
gives you.
gas mask.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that sounds good. Actually, you know, it's funny because I was looking on YouTube for something, some of your music. I couldn't find any, so I don't know how I was missing it, but, you know, I didn't see it. So
Yeah, if you do a search for Corona Blues Vampire Rodeo, it'll pop up.
okay,
And there's a
well,
picture, and right on the very cover, you'll see a picture of Lisa with a gas mask on.
We had so much fun. We just,
Yeah.
where do you guys film it at?
the
Our
basement.
basement.
In the backyard,
Which
the
is-
backyard.
Just getting together and having fun during that whole thing, you know, of course, with a distance.
Yes,
You know.
with a distance of like 1 feet.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when you're with your family, because you guys are family,
Yes.
and you guys know exactly where you've been, and you know the things that you guys do, you know, you feel more comfortable with, like, okay, you know what, we don't have to have masks around us, you know. There's a lot of people that unfortunately, you know, they pass away because and they didn't even go out. They just order a pizza and pizza box was contaminated, and
Right.
you know, and things like that. So it is kind of like crazy, you know, you don't know exactly how to take care of yourself, but at the same time you see people that actually were really strict and dying from that. Kind of makes you wonder, like, seriously, you know.
I
So
don't know.
yeah, so it's good that you guys had, you know, a good time when you were, you know, during this quarantine, you know, that it wasn't, well, it was quarantine because a lot of times, you know, you were at home for like weeks without even seeing anybody. And that's because, you know, stores were closed, restaurants were closed, a lot of
Right.
things were closed, so you couldn't really socialize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was happy when the vaccine came out because then I could see my parents.
Right.
That was my main worry. I wanted to be able to visit with them. So after they were vaccinated and I was vaccinated, I felt more comfortable
Yes,
being around them.
And that's one of the things that, you know, especially you guys being around people, you guys have to have it because it is for the safety of others as well.
Right.
So, you know, family and work, you know, so if you haven't gotten it yet because you have some type of crazy wanderings there, you know, do your research and, you know, I mean, we're still alive and, I
Right.
mean, I probably look weird to you guys, but that's just natural. It came out of the vaccine, okay? So.
You know, and it works too. The vaccine works. My father-in-law had he'd had the vaccine, and he's in his 80s. He's like 82 years old, and he took a trip. They drove down to Mesquite, Nevada, to go golfing with a buddy of his. And his buddy was like an anti-vaxxer and like conspiracy theories and stuff. And so they drove all the way down there, and they golfed. And then on the way back, the guy started feeling kind of sick. And he got back home, and they drove in the truck for 10 hours together in the same cab of a pickup.
Oh.
And got back, and as soon as he got back, he'd gotten really sick, and he'd gotten tested, and he had COVID. So he'd gotten the coronavirus, and my father-in-law, who had been vaccinated, was totally fine. So that's just a
Wow.
testament of just it's effective and it does work.
Yeah, so see, I mean, I know, like, if you really don't want to do it, just, I mean, don't do it. We're not going to make you. I mean, there's no way we
It's
can
your
make you
choice.
do it. Yeah,
It's
it's
everybody's
your choice.
choice.
But, you know, this is just some samples that we're okay. You
Right.
know, it works. I mean, I never heard, you know, like, actually it works, but there it is, you know, and, like you were saying, you know, we're thinking about our parents, about our grandparents, you know, older people that are around us, that if something happens to them, their immune system is so, I mean, even my immune system is totally out of whack. And I have to do it, you know, just to make sure that if it happens to me, like, if I get it, it's not so critical, you know. I mean, I have kids, so I have to
Yeah,
think about the
that's-
young ones too.
One thing I want to give a shout out to is all these places that we play at that have the open mic nights, and I want to say thank you very much for sanitizing your mics.
Yes.
I'm sorry it took a pandemic to
Yes.
do that, but it's really nice to go in a place where their gear is clean. And boy, there was one place we played. I'm not going to mention the name. It was on Colfax, and they had their own microphones.
Oh,
and
it was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Oh.
listening into those things. But,
Yes,
Good
when you
times.
step up to a
I think that's
microphone
something they should have been doing all along.
yeah, and you see 12 bands have used it before you, and it's just disgusting. And so,
Your feet are stuck in
Little
the
less
floor.
horrible. yeah,
So,
so it's nice to be in a place with sanitized microphones. Sometimes I'll bring my own microphone just because.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
that's
want
one of the things that if, you know, we have any venues out there, you know, watching this, yeah, that's a big help because they're exposing themselves to going out there and working and, you know, just making some good environment and stuff like that. They need to be safe, and a lot of people don't see that. You know, they're like, oh, they're just the artists, you know, and they're here to make us, you know, have some fun. But at the same time, they get sick. You know, there's not gonna be, you know, another gig for a while until you get better, you know,
Right.
until whoever gets sick gets better, because I mean, you guys are a band, so if, I mean, probably one is missing, it's okay, but not the vocalist.
This is a public service announcement for your own good and ours.
Exactly.
Right.
But it is kind of hard sometimes when we depend on other people, you know. And I'm glad you guys brought it up because I mean, we're all risking our lives, you know, trying to do our work. So even though a lot of people think this is just a hobby, and yeah, we all love what we do, and we do it because we have a passion for it, but at the same time, we know that it's risky. So thank you to the people that are actually taking care of things. And who you said it was a place that it was really nice?
Place that was really nice where they sanitized. Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name on
Yeah,
there.
go ahead.
Oh, the venue.
Oh, the venue of Westminster.
Yeah,
Well, it's like
that's,
between what is
Denver.
it?
Tail feathers too.
It's in
Tail
Denver,
feathers.
actually.
It was
About it.
great.
It's
Yeah.
right by the highway, right?
Yeah, it's right in the border, I think.
La Dolce Vita Coffee House is really good.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
yes,
okay.
in Arvada.
For
They
They let us
had
bring our own
alcohol
mics.
wipes. They wiped everything down.
Wow. Well,
So,
that's
yeah.
that's kudos to them. So
Hi,
thank you
Debbie.
so much that you guys are doing that. And so I'm gonna translate in Spanish a little bit what we talked about, so that way before we go any further, and then I'm stuck forever. So. Bueno, pues tenemos aquí a nuestros invitados, son ellos Vampire Rodeo, y me estaban diciendo que la manera en que ellos escogieron el título de la banda es porque había una canción que él hizo, que él es el que empezó la banda. Hace como 10 años hizo una canción porque estaba cansado de que todas las películas que salían eran de vampiros y de hombres lobos y esas cosas, entonces él decidió hacer una canción burlándose de eso. Y la dejó así como por 10 años. Entonces cuando empezaron la banda estaban tratando de buscar el nombre de la banda y decidieron por ese nombre, así que ahora están escuchando la palabra vampiro por bastante tiempo. Entonces dicen que ahora lo que están cansados es de ver zombies en todas las películas, pero ya hicieron una canción también de los zombies. No le van a cambiar el nombre al grupo, a la banda, porque van a dejarle lo del vampiro. Pero dice que se juntaron porque empezó todo como nomás un grupo de amigos, de amistades, y ya de ahí se fueron como empezando a agarrar las cosas más en serio hasta que formaron el grupo. Ellos dos están casados, entonces ella es la vocalista, bueno, es una de las vocalistas. How many people sing on the band?
Two or
Three.
three, actually. He sings as well.
Yeah,
He
I
sings
heard
the really
him.
the monstery songs.
Uh-huh.
He sounds like a monster when he
I wouldn't
sings.
call it singing.
Well,
So if I get in there and I sing, then I'm gonna sing the werewolf songs.
We've got one called Chupacabra, by the way.
Oh, you do?
oh, that's a great
Yeah.
one.
Right.
Yeah.
We're trying to hit all the
That's really
monsters
good.
on the list.
Wow.
Yes.
So como ven, tienen muchas canciones acerca de los monstruos. Tienen una del chupacabras, es lo que estaba diciendo. Dice que está muy divertida, vamos a tener que chequearla. También le hicieron un video ahora que estaba la pandemia y ese video lo pueden ustedes ver en YouTube. What's the name of the video?
Corona Blues.
Corona Blues. Es Corona Blues, así que vayan a buscarlo, dicen que es muy divertido. Ellos estaban platicando que durante la pandemia tuvieron un tiempo muy bonito porque empezaron a grabar más, pudieron escribir más, hicieron más cosas como banda, que es un tiempo que tal vez no hubieran podido tener si no hubiera sido por la pandemia. Entonces hay muchas cosas positivas que salen también de algunas cosas negativas. Estábamos también hablando un poquito de las vacunas que dicen ellos que pues ellos se pusieron la vacuna por muchas razones, especialmente Lisa dijo que ella se la puso porque ella quería ver a sus papás otra vez. Entonces las personas más grandes están con más riesgo de morir del corona, entonces ella lo hizo por eso. Y pues también tienen ellos que acercarse a la audiencia y aquí ahorita una de las cosas es que si estás haciendo un trabajo con mucha gente, te tienes que poner la vacuna para estar no nada más tú a salvo, pero también la gente que está alrededor tuyo. Es lo que nos estaba diciendo Kendall, que también el suegro de él se puso la vacuna y fue a jugar golf a otro estado y de venida se vino con una persona que no se había puesto la vacuna y que le dio el coronavirus en el camino y al suegro de él no le dio. Entonces dice él que es un testimonio de que sí trabaja, así que si tienen dudas de ponerse la vacuna, por favor hagan más investigaciones. Pero miren, estamos todos vivos, como les digo, yo soy un poco rara, pero así nací. Entonces no fue efecto de la vacuna, así que vamos a seguirle para que todos ya empecemos a poder salir y empezar a disfrutar todo lo que tenemos ahorita como era antes, regresar a la normalidad, como quien dice. Entonces vamos a seguir con la entrevista. Si tienen preguntas, por favor, mándenme preguntas, estamos en vivo, así que muchísimas gracias. Okay. So, like I said, summary.
You must have a great memory to remember all that.
I do, actually. So people fight with me, like, yeah, I remember when you're in there, like, you do? I was like, yes,
Oh,
I
yes.
do. So don't you ever try to, to fool me, because, sorry, you can't. I'm so sorry. That's one thing that I won't forget things. Well, except that, like, if I want to, then I'll forget it, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, so when you started singing, Lisa, they came up to you and said, you're going to be our lead singer.
Well, it's kind of a funny story because I'm an accidental singer, so I didn't really sing that much. And we were just messing around, and there was actually a band starting down our street, and Brett said, why don't you try singing? And I thought, that's odd. I don't know if I can sing. So I just started, jamming with Brett and just trying to sing. And it just kind of blossomed from there, and I got a little bit more confident.
Yeah,
So,
but it's hard when you're like not a singer.
No, but I've come a long way, and it's just so much fun being with these guys and singing, and they give me confidence because they're backing me up.
Yeah.
And she's a phenomenal singer.
Thank you. But if I was just standing there by myself with no backup, I don't think I could do it.
Yeah,
Just because it's
intimidating.
it's nice to have a whole band behind you.
Yes, it's like, okay, you say that I don't sing good, guess what? I'm like,
Yeah.
I gotta sing right, you're gonna beat
That's
you
right.
up.
There's actually songs that Lisa sings that I like better than the originals. And one of them is an old song by a guy named Screamin' Jay Hawkins that Creedence Clearwater Revival covered in 1968 called I Put a Spell on You. Now, I like both of those versions, but the one that Lisa does is probably my favorite, and I make that clear to the audience every time we play it. And so I hope I don't put too much pressure on you, Lisa, but she just
She might have to sing it
she
for
brings the
us.
house
because-
down.
Hey, what about Ring of Fire?
Oh my
and Ring of Fire.
Ring of
Ring
Fire,
of Fire.
too.
I could list them off all day, but I Put a Spell on You is probably my favorite one, probably because it just fits with the nature of our theme of the band.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that a lot of times, doesn't matter how many times people have done the same song, it depends on the spin that you put in it and your personality, you know, what makes it special. And a lot of times it's way better than the original.
She brings it
so.
and she owns it. She really does.
Yeah, I like that song a lot. That's an important part. If I like the music, you know, I really get into
You're
it.
like, I'm gonna give it my all.
That's right.
You know. Yeah, because that's true. I mean, are there any situations where you've been exposed to people telling you, "Can you sing this song?" and you're like, "Oh, I hate this."
Of course.
Of course. Many times.
Encounter that, but
Stairway to Freebird.
you know.
Stairway to Freebird.
Free bird. Yeah.
I've been getting groups.
You know, it's funny because, and I asked this because there's a song that I like a lot in Spanish, and we had my birthday last year in a restaurant, and there was a band, like, you know, rock band. And when I asked for that song, everybody looked at each other and like, what did I say? And they're like, we hate it.
What song was it?
It's called La Planta. La Planta. I'll send you
Okay.
the song. I mean, it's pretty cool, but I guess they ask for it so much. That's what they said. It's not the song itself. It's just like we sing it so much. So I was like, well, you know, I was thinking of asking for it again at the end of the thing.
A lot of my musical beginnings, my family is from southern Colorado, northern New Mexico, so did a lot of the Spanish folk music, a lot of cumbias, corridos, things like that, and that's the kind of music I initially grew up around, and then digging through my mom's dad's rock albums, but that's, you know, the northern New Mexico sound, Spanish sounds.
Yeah, we have actually a lot of musicians from New Mexico that they're watching us. Actually, that's one of our biggest audience, New Mexico and southern Colorado. And I mean, we have so many people from New Mexico here in Colorado because, you know, we're kind of close, so they migrate here. And so hi to all of you guys. And yeah, we have musicians here, and that's what they play, you know, cumbia. But of course, they put their New Mexican spin in it, you know, so it sounds a little bit different, but they're the same songs. So.
Do you have to get a passport to go there?
It's still a state.
You have to get that stamp. If not, you're not welcome. You know, it was crazy because during the pandemic, if you travel to New Mexico, as soon as you got there, you were put on 2 weeks of quarantine. So it was kind of like we're going to another country.
Isn't that?
They had a bad outbreak on the Navajo reservation in New Mexico.
Oh, I
They had
didn't
a
hear about
really
that.
bad outbreak there, yeah. Yeah.
Wow,
And a lot of places are really remote, so they don't have running water or electricity and stuff, and it was really hard on those people.
And you kind of think we're all in the United States, that doesn't happen, right?
Right.
But
You'd be surprised.
yeah, so, and that's what I like, you know, like I used to go to New Mexico like once a year and like discover those areas, you know, because for us here in Colorado, we really don't have that so much unless you go like really, you know, south, and that's when you find like those little towns. But I think New Mexico, it has more interesting like things. I don't know how to put it, but it's like you go to a different place. It's really, really cool. So
Hogans and fried tacos, you know, Navajo tacos.
yeah, well, and that food is so different too. You know, when you're in New Mexico, not because it says Mexico, like on the name, that means that the food is Mexican.
No.
No way. It's totally different. Okay, so you're like, oh, I'm gonna go get me this. No, if you ask for spicy, no, even if you're Mexican, because the spiciness from New Mexico is like way different than the spicy stuff from Mexico. It's like totally different. So make sure you kind of like try little by little before you just dig into it, because it's not gonna be a good thing.
Yeah, my grandparents helped raise me. They lived 8 miles north of the New Mexico border, so you know, well acquainted with food culture and everything. My grandmother played guitar, she played mandolin, she played keyboard, she played a lot of different instruments, and she pretty much set me up on my first chords. And
so that's how you started then?
That's how I started as a kid, just plunking around on any instrument she had in the house.
So, and how did she become like a musician?
Well, her brother, Juan, his name was Juan Batista Lopez, and he was a very good instrumental guitar player and great singer. And her and her sister used to do little variety shows when they were in school back in the 20s and 30s. And she just kind of passed on the heritage, and my mom has released a couple of CDs of the stuff that my grandma used to do. And shout out to Mom also, because she helped me
Yes.
along in music and everything, and they're both quite late. My grandmother's not with us anymore, unfortunately, but my mom still is, and going down there to see her this week actually. So.
Oh, awesome! Kisses to the
Good
mom.
for you.
Oh, that's so cool. And so when you started playing, you started playing cumbias?
I just copied whatever they were playing. I knew 3 chords, G, C, and D.
That's
about
all
That's what it
you
was.
need.
That's all you need.
Yeah, and then pretty
Play
soon
like
I noticed
bongo.
everybody in my family was playing guitar, and I wanted to branch out and be different. So I started playing drums because there wasn't any drummers in the family. By the time I was in my mid-20s, I got tired of the egos of playing in bars and, you know, just interfighting within bands, which happens. And you know, this
But
is the
not with
longest
us.
band I've been with in 3 years, and we had such little conflict. But after that, I went back to the guitar, and I picked up bass not too long ago, about 10 years ago. So I know about 3 different instruments, so when somebody doesn't show up to practice, I can sit in
Wow.
on each one of them. But,
That's one of the cool things when you have somebody, you know, that can play all the instruments, and it's like, okay, well, no problem, you know, if you're sick, you know, we just put, you know, we just switch people around and make it work. Because it's hard, you know, hard is when you don't have anybody that can play something else, and
Right.
something happens and you have a gig coming in and, you know, can't really do anything.
yeah.
And so how did you end up in Colorado?
I've lived here all my life.
Oh, you, okay.
But like I say, I live so close to New Mexico, I have that culture with me also. But yeah, my family goes back several generations to southern Colorado.
So that's
northern
one of
New
the first
Mexico.
generations, because I heard like pretty much like the south of Colorado, like the families that are there, they've been there since pretty much it was created.
Yeah, we
Right.
could go on about, you know, the roots from Spain and everything, but that would take a while. That would take a
Yes,
while.
I know, and yeah, it is. I've been to some of those towns, and they're beautiful too, and they're not big. You know, it's like they just stay like the same people there. I have a friend that actually went to live there because it was better. He was seeing how his dad lived there, you know, like so relaxed and stress free and everything. So he moved after being in the city for so long, you know. And I was like, yeah, that's why, you know, those little towns give you like peace and you know, just like be you and not go crazy with all this stuff and technology.
But everybody knows your business in those little towns, don't they?
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. That's true too. That's why you stay at home. You don't go out.
Yeah.
You go walk by the river when there's nobody around.
You better be good.
Yes.
Part of
No,
it-
but yeah, that's what they
part of
said.
it,
You
yeah.
know, what they say, little towns, big hell, or something like that. Like that's the saying in Mexico. You know, because yeah, everybody knows your stuff. So you get out of line, and everybody's gonna know. So that's pretty crazy. And tell us about how you started your music.
Me?
Or in the music. Yes.
So, you know, just being a teenager and stuff, I played guitar, just naturally just loved to do it, you know, but then I didn't really get serious about it until I started playing in churches, and that's when I really, because I was like Mike, and I just like knew a few chords, and, you know, I'd hang out with some friends, and they would, hey, you know this song, you teach me this song, you teach me that song, so we would just teach each other songs, then just play, and then I started playing in churches, and which was a big change, because they hand you like a stack of music, like, okay, learn this by Sunday, you know, and so I had to learn pretty quick, so I got to where I could, you know, pick it up pretty quick, and I've been playing in multiple different churches, you know, for years, and I've been playing with Brett and Lisa at our church for, what, 8 years now, something like that?
Oh wow.
We've been playing together for a long time at our church, and so when they had another bass player, and the bass player had left the band, and so Brett was like, hey, do you want to come play in our band, right? And he was thinking, okay, well, because I play guitar, he was like, well, you play guitar, and then, you know, maybe Mike will flip over on the bass, or I'll flip over on the bass, or we'll just change back and forth. And I'm like, dude, you need a bass player. Why don't I play bass? So I didn't even have bass or nothing, never played bass, and so just picked it up. But since I played guitar, I just started playing bass, and just kind of learned the songs, and started playing bass, and then we changed again. And we got a bass player and a sax player, and so then I went back over on guitar. You know, and you know, you talked about people playing multiple instruments. I mean,
Yeah.
that's Brett. Brett plays every instrument, and he hops from chair to chair to chair playing different instruments.
So let me
it's
teach
kind
you
of
how you
amazing.
do this. Wow.
Yeah.
And so right now, I mean, I know we're missing one member.
Yeah.
Is that
Two
correct?
actually. The drummer couldn't make it, and then our new bass player is in a funeral in New Mexico, but he's driving back so he can get here in time
Yeah.
for our car show we're playing at 6 o'clock
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah, don't speed, but try and get there in time.
But make sure you're like
Yes.
10 minutes early. I just
At least.
Yes.
Wow. Well, no, I mean, sorry about, you lost, and, just like they said, just be careful, and if you're a little bit late, it's okay. There's people that can play, your instruments.
Love you, Dev.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy. So, how is the group right now? I mean, are you guys like, okay, we're close, like as far as like you're not looking for any new members, you're thinking that you have like the best members right now that you can have?
I feel like we're in a pretty good spot. Not only are we close because we're really all very good friends or family, but I just think we have a really good group of musicians right now. And just adding the stand-up bass, which is a really cool instrument, and it looks neat when Devin plays
Beautiful.
it. And yeah, you liked it.
Beautiful.
You
I
liked
loved it.
yeah.
I love it. I had to say, like, I saw the thing, and I was like, it was kind of like on the movies where you're like,
Oh,
like
look,
that thing kind
a
of like,
stand-up bass.
yeah,
And
like
there it was.
that was like
It's-
glitter coming out of it or something. It's like, that is amazing, beautiful. And it sounds.
neat.
It's
Yeah,
got great
it's
tone,
really neat.
amazing
Yeah.
tone.
So we got that going on, and then we have our baritone sax player, Jonas, who's my son, who's our son, and our son.
I hope.
And we.
But not for 10 months, right?
Yeah. But he does. Those two guys do a great job, and they happen to be best friends too.
Yeah, I noticed
So-
that they're very close. So
yes.
that is so awesome. Tell me about your career.
My career?
Yes.
In music or
Yes.
just in general?
Well, you can tell me both. Both.
Well, I mean, started playing saxophone same way anybody else does, 6th grade band class.
That was painful.
You're like, I want to go to the class, Mom, please.
But he's got the blood. He's got the musician blood in him from his mom and dad.
I guess so, yeah. Other than that, this is probably the first band that I've been in that hasn't been for the school or just, yeah.
You're like, I made it.
And then I met Devin like junior year of high school, and we've been best friends ever since. And they actually were looking for a bass player before they had me on the band, so I got him, and then they were like, "Oh, why don't you just join?" So
You're like, okay, well, since you guys have no options, I'll just go ahead.
Oh, he's a great addition.
That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't have a chance to listen to you well, I met them. Let me go back a little bit. I met them at a film set. We were filming Surprise Party for Michael Stark. So hello, and they were playing like on the little party that we had going on, and that's when I was like, wow, that's where I met them. But he wasn't playing the saxophone. What were you not doing there?
and I was.
He was an
There was
extra.
an-
He was an
there was an
extra.
extra,
room
yeah.
in the frame to get him in there.
I'm actually not on the record either, so any of these recordings are just gonna not happen.
Well, you'll have to come to one of our concerts.
Yeah, exactly.
Tonight at
So we
6
can see
o'clock.
it. Where are you? Oh yeah, tell us about it. You guys can.
Michael.
Yes, we're doing a car show at the church that I go to. It's Center Point Community Church. It's 6265 North Garrison in Arvada. It's from 6 to 8, and if you got a great looking car, bring it on up. And
Is it like low rider or just?
you can any kind
Sure,
of car
any
you
kind
want
of
to
car you
bring.
want to bring.
I went to a car show. I was handing out flyers to people that had hearses that were fixed up. So I said, come on over. We'd be glad to, we'll see you there. We'll be doing a couple of sets. We'll be up there for the whole duration, and probably be selling some of our CDs too, if you want to get in on any of that. And this is the third show we've done, and this is probably going to be the biggest one.
Oh wow.
But,
And also, like we said, here in Colorado, most of the restrictions are lifted. So it's pretty much probably one of the first times that people are gonna get together?
If they didn't shut us down last year, they won't shut us down this year. Last year was really good, but
It
this
was-
year.
you guys had a lot of people? I mean, was it around the same time?
Yeah,
Yeah,
same
it
weekend.
was.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
I'm impressed. I'm in a wow.
This will probably be a record year for cars over there.
Wow.
Yeah, there was a kind
So,
of dip in the pandemic last year in the summertime. Like it kind of dipped and people kind of relaxed a little bit, and then it kind of came back in the fall, and it was during that time.
wow. Oh, okay, okay. And is this event for certain, a specific reason? I mean, you guys
Our
are.
church likes to do outreach. We like to do fun things that involve the community. You know, we're not going to try and pull you in the church and hit you over the head with the Bible or anything.
You better get
We like getting to know people, their interests, and it's a great way to reach out. I met Brett and Lisa through a mutual friend that went to church that I go to,
Oh, okay.
and 3 years ago. And what's really interesting is we've been playing together for almost 3 years, and I was asked to sit in on drums a few weeks ago at a memorial service at their church. And I heard a dynamic musically that I had never heard from them. It was just wonderful, you know, Kendall, Lisa, Brett. I was sitting back there, and I'm not saying, you know, well, this sounds better than the stuff we do, but it's just a whole different persuasion of music. And I've heard Brett play like he never played before, and Kendall and Lisa, the vocals, and it's cool, you know, you stick with a certain amount of time with people, and then you find new things about them all the time, good positive things with this bunch.
It's like, oh, positive things. I don't know how he said that.
You know, that's true, Mike. That's true. Like, there's just a great chemistry with us and with this band, with Vampire Rodeo and with the church band. You know, we just have a great chemistry, and I think that's what it takes to be a good band, is to have that chemistry, to
Yes.
be able to make music, to be able to make
Yes.
it, because you're playing more from your heart rather than just your head. You know, you play
Yes.
music from your heart and your ears, not your head.
And also, like you said, when there's good chemistry, that's where things actually flow. When there's not good chemistry, especially even if it's two people, there's no chemistry, it's hell, you know. And especially on a band, there's more than two people. That means multiple personalities, and then you know we girls have like 100, so that adds up to it. But you know, like dealing with all the stuff is just. It's hard. Not everybody can have that, and that's why a lot of times a lot of artists, you know, they don't fail, but they stop just because they can find the right people to have, you know, like either in their band or their how do you call it, their crew. Just, you know, somebody that can help you out doing your things, because nobody actually like cares about yourself. You know, it's more about them, their egos or something like that. But it's not actually like, okay, let's bring the whole group together. It's always like me, and there's fights. And so I'm glad that you guys, you know, are actually getting along. Like I said, 3 years together.
Yeah. I mean, we have a pretty new drummer in our band. His name is Joel. Hi, Joel.
Hi, Joel. Yes, I met you.
Anyway, he's a very good drummer, so
Yeah,
we
he
look
was at the
forward-
movie set.
He
You
was
were at.
on the
Yeah,
movie
yeah.
set.
I actually helped him to put the equipment into his
Yeah.
car. That he has a transformer car, let me tell you guys. I was so surprised how he fit all those drums. And he has a little car, and I was like, I was helping him with the stuff, and I was like, so where's your car? And he said, that one. I was like, are you sure?
Yeah.
It was incredible.
He has a very good method of where every single piece goes, and it just fits like Tetris.
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
perfect.
That's how, you know, my husband put the stuff on the fridge like Tetris, and so if you messed up, you just grab one thing, you're the one that's gonna fix the whole fridge. Yeah. But no, he does have his thing on the car, and I was so surprised, and he's really nice. I mean,
Yeah.
I told him, you know, like, because, well, I was feeling bad that you guys were on set and never been on a set before, so didn't know. Well, I kind of, looking at your guys' faces, I knew that you guys haven't been on a set before. Just because, you know, patience is big when you're on a film set. And I could tell you guys were confused, or were like, you know, like, what's going on now, you know?
Yeah.
And because people were not telling you guys, so I'm like, hey guys, you know, I'm so sorry this takes forever, but this is how it is. I don't know if, you know, they told you this. And
No, we were
this.
glad to see you and that you explained everything, because we thought, oh, we'll just go down there. They'll just film us playing the song and then we'll leave. But it was way more involved than that.
Yes, so yeah, I saw you guys, and I'm like, I didn't want to sound like rude, you know,
Oh,
or
no,
anything.
no.
So I'm like, guys, you know, you guys been on the set before? It is a lot of patience, and you know, it takes a lot of takes and different angles and things like that. And you know, if audio was messed up, and then you know, batteries die, so we had to start again and things like that. But you know, you guys were patient. You know, you guys were great because you guys didn't say, hey, I thought we were coming just for like a couple hours and we're leaving. I mean, how many hours were you guys were there? Like,
It was over 8.
7 or 8 hours, and
1:30
you
to 8:30.
you did me a great favor because you said I was on set until 2 a.m. and so my heart just was like 2 a.m. So it made me feel good that we weren't there till 2 a.m. Then I was like, woo, not 2 a.m.
yeah,
So,
sometimes when you
that
film,
actually,
yeah, that's what I was telling her. Is like the night before, my daughter was filming, and we got home at 2:30 in the morning, and then the next day we had it to be on set where they were, you know, and it was I think around 1 or 11. Totally forgot what was, but it was crazy, like you know, right? And I was gonna be an extra, so I had it to like do my hair and stuff like that, and I had to get up so early, and it was just crazy, but it was good because I got to meet you guys, and I met some other people, and of course I had a great time with some of my BFFs from filming. That you know, because of COVID, there was a long time that I haven't seen them. But once the project comes out, it's called Surprise Party. That's where they're gonna be at, and my daughter's one of the lead actresses. I'm so happy
And
because
she's
she
really
came back.
good.
Thank you,
She's
thank
good.
you. So I'll tell you guys when it comes out, so you guys can watch it, and of course, you know, you're gonna hear them. And it was crazy because when they were not playing on set, I was like, doom. You know, we were all actually doing that. Once I started doing it, like everybody said, like, where's the doom? You know, we just got used to it because it was like so cool to have you guys there. So you know, thank you so much. I appreciate it from actress to actress. You know, thank you so much. So what do you guys learn from filming?
well, I
Not to
think
stand next to that fog machine.
Don't-
I think I
Don't
lost
stand next
5
to the
gallons
fog
of
machine.
liquid fog out of my lungs just a couple days ago. But Mike's a great guy, just real friendly, you know, real outgoing. He's the kind of person that you meet that approach you like he's known you forever. So he's a great guy, beautiful daughter, you know.
Oh yeah, Michaela. Mwah. She's like, get out of the, what she was screaming at? Get out of the house now,
Yeah.
or what? Something like that, right? When
She's a
they were
sweet
saying
kid.
that.
it was fun.
Yeah. So yeah. Hello, Michaela. But yeah, that was a great crew. I enjoy working with them, and Michael is a great person too, and he's the one that gave me my first mean character. You know, the first bad person that I ever did, you know, in front of a camera, that was for him. So, because I don't know if you guys saw my other friend, Jazz, the tall African American guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, he's the one that, he's been friends with Michael for a long time. And they were doing a project. He's like, what about the bad guy wishing you for a bad girl? It's like, I had the perfect one. And I always play like the mom, you know, like the nice person and stuff like that. He's like, I think you can do a really mean person. I was like, oh, yes, I can. I mean, reality, right? It's like, no, but I think like a drug dealer and blah, you know. And I'm like, all right. And you know, so Michael was the one from the project. He's like, okay, well, let me meet her. And then he's like, okay, let's go. So thank you, Michael. That's why, like, I was gonna say, like, okay, I'll be an extra, you know. I was gonna be there anyway, so yeah. So that's one of the good things that you guys are experiencing now this year, the filming. Anybody liked it? Like, as far as like, I want to do it again.
I'd do it again.
I would do it again. It was a little bit hot in there, so I would bring a fan if I did it again. But
Well, the
It's
thing,
not in there as it is in here, though.
yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah.
warm.
Like I said, like it's Sunday, and here people in this building, the owners, they think that nobody's here on Sundays. So when it's hot, it's it's hot. It's hot. It's
pretty warm.
burning. Yeah, like you guys can see our faces all shining, and all sweating. Yeah. But one of the things when you're on a film set is that like your air conditioner and stuff like that cannot be on because
Oh,
it's captured
see, I
by the
didn't-
audio.
The things you don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
So we have film on like 100 and something degrees
Oh.
out there, and it has to be off.
Okay, well that
And
explains.
windows closed because the noise is outside. You guys saw when the dogs were barking, and it's like
Yeah, and then we thought, why are they shooting lights in through the outside window when it's daytime? But
It
you
has
know,
to be, yeah.
it has to
The
be
same
consistent.
light.
Yeah.
consistent.
It's like you never know when a cloud is gonna pass by the sun and cover a little bit. That's gonna affect the whole filming. So it has to be like that. And plus, we don't know how many hours we're gonna be filming that 2-second scene. So it's true. And so by the time we start is noon, and by the time we finish is 8 p.m. and it's still gonna look like it's daytime. So that's one of the things that So yeah, ask me, ask.
Well, we
And the
definitely
food was
have.
great.
Yeah, we definitely have a greater appreciation for people that do that are actors and have to stand there for that long of a time. And
Yeah, well now you guys know if you guys want to go for it again, you guys are ready. You guys, bring a little fan,
Okay.
no noise, and stuff like that. One of the things that is, I kind of saw you guys kind of wonder like, why are we quiet? And then sometimes we were filming and we were all talking and it's like, okay, how does that happen? Yeah, they were just filming our movements some of the times, and some other times they were filming the audio. So that's, yeah. But yeah, so that's where I met them, and it was I guess pretty cool because that kind of got me into talking to them, trying to get their worry faces, erase them. But yeah, so now that you guys have film, under your buckle, let's say, do you guys have any projects coming up this year?
We're starting to get together music for the next album, but we haven't started recording it yet. They're just putting it together and talking to the drummer about laying down some rhythm tracks. Probably won't come out till 22 though.
22. Well, like I said, we're July already, so
It's gonna be 23 then.
We'll make it a double.
Let me change that.
But that's a lot of work too, because you have to have each musician come in and lay down their track. So there are a lot of do-overs.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that people don't appreciate music how they should. It's not just getting tracks out there like crazy. It has a lot of work is involved into this. It's the musicians coming. You have to make sure everything that you guys record is just perfect, and then for the next one to come, putting all the music together. Production is a lot of work, and people think like, hey, you guys need to come up with more songs. Like, really? Like, it's not that easy, and it takes money too. So you have to be, and especially, well, right now with the pandemic, like we said, you guys were able to do more stuff, but, pandemic is getting over, so it's back to, the old stuff that we used to do, so it's going to be less time too. And holidays coming up too. I mean, we're talking about August and we're already thinking about Thanksgiving and la 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 la. So it's a lot of stuff. So 2023?
We'll let you know.
But, and what type of music are you guys going to have on this album, or you haven't really think about, like, that type of stuff yet?
We're still gonna do mostly the rockabilly thing, but there's gonna be some more country on the next one.
Oh, so you're going to make fun of more country?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I make fun
You'll
of
try.
everything.
Well, that's good. That's how, I know there's some things that you need to take serious, but, at the same time, if you're not having fun with what you're doing, why even do it, right? Because it gets boring. So, that's
I'm
what it
too
is.
old to be angsty and poppy. I have to be funny.
Well, let's not go there. Oh, I'm gonna translate in Spanish because I forgot. So you guys bear with me. I'm gonna try my best. Estaba preguntándoles cómo empezaron en la música Mike, o como
Michael.
Michael, y él me dice que él es de un pueblo de aquí, Colorado, que es muy cerca a Nuevo México. Y la mamá de él y la abuelita, la abuelita era la que tenía más, ¿cómo se dice?, entusiasmo por la música, tocaba muchos instrumentos y todo eso. Entonces estaban los instrumentos en la casa y fue cuando él empezar a tocar cada instrumento, y fue como él se empezó, como quien sea, a agarrar la pasión por la música. Dice que estando en esos pueblos, pues la música de Nuevo México era una influencia para él, estando chico, y es como él empezó, por decir, estándar con las cumbias, las rancheras y todo ese tipo de música que tocan en Nuevo México. Entonces, ya después fue que empezó a involucrarse un poquito más con iglesias y esas cosas. Aquí, no sé, bueno, donde nos vean ustedes, pero aquí en Estados Unidos casi todas las iglesias también tienen bandas tocando cuando está el servicio de la misa. Entonces, todos ellos tocan bueno, como que dice, se conocieron en las iglesias. Entonces lo que él estaba haciendo, y fue como él primero empezó a tocar más la guitarra, dice, y después se vio para ¿cómo se dice?, para la batería. Pero después dice que se cansó de que hay muchos egos y esto en esta industria, y sí es cierto, especialmente con gente que tocaba la batería, y regresó a la guitarra. Y es donde yo lo conocí a él tocando la guitarra, y es lo que se dedica él ahorita. Y también nos estaba diciendo que a él le gusta mucho como canta Lisa, una de las canciones que son muy populares, pero la versión como la canta ella, a él le gusta mucho. Entonces vamos a ver si la podemos hacer que la cante ahorita en unos momentos. Y lo tenemos aquí, en lo que también empezó a tocar así, dice que sabía un poco de la guitarra, y luego ya después empezó a ir a las iglesias, y fue cuando él se hizo parte del grupo de la iglesia. Y dice que ahí nomás le dieron el libro de la música de la iglesia, le dijeron, tienes que aprender de todo esto para el domingo, y fue como empezó a tocar más la guitarra, porque nada más se sabía como 3 acordes y era todo. Y ya de ahí empezó él a meterse más en la música, y también por la iglesia fue que él conoció a ellos y empezó con el grupo de ellos. Todos juntos ya tienen 3 años, entonces ya como les dices, ya pensamos que ya es la familia junta, ya no más nuevos integrantes. Claro, faltan, we said we're missing just one member, two members, okay. 2 miembros, that's true, yeah. Uno ahorita está en su viaje de regreso de Nuevo México, que fue a un velorio, así que lo sentimos mucho. Él toca también muy bonito, a mí me tocó verlo también, y también pues el baterista también me tocó verlo también, precioso tocan. Nada más el que no he visto es a él del saxofón, Jonas. It's just like and you know when you said it, I was like, that's my other friend. I have another friend that his name is Jonas, and he plays every single instrument. And I was like, I won't forget that, and boom, I did. Like, sorry, trying to remember everything. Jonas, él toca el saxofón, y es el hijo de ellos dos. Bueno, ella dice que es de ella, pero es de los dos. Él empezó en la escuela a tocar el saxofón, dice que en 6º grado empezó con eso, y empezó a tocar en diferentes bandas, por decir, diferentes bandas de diferentes escuelas, o en grupitos así, no muy importantes, como quien dice que este es el primer grupo así grande que él está siendo parte de eso. Él conoció, what's the name of the guy from your friend?
Oh, Devin.
Devin es el otro integrante que les digo que viene de Nuevo México. Él es el mejor amigo de Jonas, y ellos andaban buscando por otro integrante, y él le dijo que se pusiera en el grupo, y lo integraron antes de que integraran a Jonas. Entonces Jonas fue el último integrante del grupo, y ahorita dice que pues se llevan muy muy bien. Esta noche van a estar en la iglesia. What's the address for the church?
6265 North Garrison in Arvada.
6265 Norte Garrison en Arvada, Colorado. Así que si tienen ustedes la oportunidad de ir a verlos, va a ser un show de carros. Así que también si tienen su carro y quieren exhibirlo ahí, son más que bienvenidos. Van a estar ahí tocando todo el tiempo que dure el evento. Y también ahí van a estar los otros 2 integrantes que faltan ahorita. Bueno, esperamos que llegue a tiempo de Nuevo México, y van a estar ahí tocando esta noche. Les estaba preguntando también qué otro proyecto tienen en puerta, y están diciendo que van a empezar a grabar el siguiente CD. Estábamos diciendo que tal vez para el año que entra, pero son tantas cosas que, como les digo, están envueltas en una producción. La cosa no es tan fácil, entonces a lo mejor hasta decimos que el 2022 como broma, pero pues nunca se sabe. A ellos yo los conocí en grabación. Estábamos grabando un proyecto que se llama Fiesta Sorpresa, donde mi hija es una de las principales actrices, y yo fui ahí a ayudarles de extra y ellos estaban ahí tocando y me di cuenta que tenían así como unas caras de preocupaciones, no sabían qué estaba pasando, porque yo me acerqué a ellos. Y lo bueno que los pusieron a ellos porque nos animó, como por decir, tanta hora allí en el set. Fue bonito tenerlos a ellos y tocando en vivo, todo eso fue muy bonito. Y me acerqué a ellos a preguntarles si era la primera vez que ellos estaban en un set de filmación y me dijeron que sí. Y entonces ya les expliqué cómo era que se trabajaba, cómo se tenía que tener tanta paciencia y las tomas que se llevan y todo eso. Entonces fue como yo me acerqué un poquito a ellos y ya pues empezamos a comunicarnos un poquito más y pues aquí están ahora. Así que, como les digo, si tienen preguntas, avísenme. Dejen veo. Sometimes Facebook don't let me see all the questions or the comments until like we're done. I hate that because then I have to go back. No, not that I hate answering. No, it's just like I have to go back and watch my whole show again, just to answer you guys. So if I don't see your comment, it's not that I skipped it. It's just because it's not showing it to me. But I just want to say hi real quick to Estela Sosa, amiga, un besote que nos está viendo. Natalia Rosales, thank you so much. Love your great interview. Ros Trujillo, Villalpando, probably that's one of you.
That's Mom.
Oh, hello, Ros. Thank you for watching us. Does she speak Spanish? She does,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, muchísimas gracias por estarnos viendo. Muchas gracias. Tenemos a Dusan from Serbia. Thank you, Dusan, for watching us all the way from Serbia. Yeah, I love you too. Thank you. And like I said, I don't see everybody because, that's the game that they play. Like sometimes they tell me like, but I was the first one to comment and you didn't like read it. It's like, no, it's not that I don't read it. It's just that's all I'm seeing. So I apologize about that. So is there anything else that you want the audience to learn about you guys, to know about you guys?
Check us out on Facebook, Spotify, and we're for hire, man. If you got any parties going on, birthday parties, weddings, bar mitzvahs, whatever,
I don't know
give us a
about
call. We'd be more than happy to play.
divorces. I don't know about weddings because we're kind of a monster-themed vampire thing. So if you're having a
World's
vampire wedding,
changed.
Yes, they do.
They
How
do.
many people don't get married on Halloween?
oh,
I have
see?
a friend that she did
There
it.
you go.
Yeah, because they're really, you ask some people like, what's your favorite holiday? Halloween. And that's when I'm going to get married. That's when I'm going to have my kid. So he's like, all right, and they do that. So that's
We're all about
Yeah.
having fun. That's what the point is.
Yeah,
We're in this
exactly.
for the
Fun.
fun.
Yeah.
For the
Yeah.
fun of it.
So there you have it. If you have a Halloween party,
There you
We're
go.
coming
We're the
out.
band.
There you go.
Yep.
yeah, because somebody said like July, it's
Start
coming
booking
up.
now.
Yeah, 3 months of Halloween. That's
Oh, it's
just
coming up
insane.
soon, isn't it?
That's crazy. So, but there you have it. So what about if you sing for us a little bit? Is that good?
Imagine what the heat has done to the tuning on my guitar.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that fix it?
It's probably not good.
Do you have the track?
We could play the track.
Just in tune, the one from the movie.
Let me see. Let me call my manager. Manager, are you listening to me? I think he's probably. Henry Archuleta, we're calling you over here because I don't see the tracks. So I know he has them because I sent them to him. But let's see. Henry. Hello. Wake up. He's supposed to be working, guys. But he thinks this is his place to just chill out. But, I still love him, so I'm going to keep him around. But, just so you guys know. I had him for my last show as my guest. And we had a lot of fun. I usually used to have him, like, a lot of times. And then, like, I've been having so many guests, like, I didn't have him for, sorry, I have him for about a year. So it was my first time like 2 weekends ago, and it was a blast. So I made him work actually, because he had to be
that's
here. I'm
good.
watching him, and but yeah, he didn't behave so well. He said some things that he shouldn't. So he's
yeah.
back
I
in the
could
back.
see that, yeah.
So Henry, are you
He's
listening
back.
to me? Jefe.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I guess he's not listening to me. So yeah, but it is pretty hot. So the
What about the
guitar is
tuner on your
probably
phone?
not.
I can try to tune it up.
Oh,
Try to
wow.
tune it up.
Do distant tune chupacabra or
Keep
something.
talking.
So we're gonna try to get the guitar tune in, but it is yeah, it is pretty hotty here. Like you guys can probably tell, like it is, and especially we have a full, you know, full house, so that makes it, you know, more. And we have lights that you guys can see and all that stuff. So yeah, but anyways, so anything that you would like to say while we're doing that?
Well, I can't think of anything.
That's when they put you on the spot, right? I'm like, I forgot
Well,
everything.
you could check out my other website. I'm a fine artist as well.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah.
you could check out lisalynchstudios.com. That's my artwork.
Cool. So tell us about it.
I do a lot of different things. If you check out the website, I'm also on Facebook. I do a lot of wildlife, but I also do paintings of people and things like that. One that I just finished was from the Botanic Gardens, and there were dancers there. And that was a couple of years ago, but I had the photographs. I paint from photos, and
Oh, nice.
it's just kind of fun.
So they can contact you through Facebook and through your website.
Sure. Yeah.
Don't you have artwork in studios too? Don't you have
I
some artwork?
do. So I show
Card.
down. I show down on Santa Fe in Denver.
Oh, okay.
They do the art walks down there, and it's called Grace Gallery. So Grace Gallery has my work currently, and then there's a place up in Estes Park called Inspired Artists and Marketing
I
Studios.
think I've seen it. Is it like on the main street?
It's up by the theater, the old theater.
Okay.
In those shops, so you could see my work there too.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love it.
It's nice because I support. You know, we do music. My husband and I support my husband with his music. It's fun, and then he also works hard when I go to festivals and hauling artwork around. So that's kind of nice.
No wonder you guys have that truck. You guys are the ones that have
Yes,
that big truck.
yes.
Truck's currently in the shop.
But,
Yeah.
it broke down, so
Truck
we're
broke down.
hauling
Last
all
gig
of our
we
stuff.
had to take the bass in the back
Oh,
of my
yes.
little hatchback car.
So Joel's little car is the same as Jonas's
pretty much,
car,
yeah.
and that big bass fit in the back of his car. So
Wow. See,
and,
I'm telling you, everything fits as long as you know how to
you
put it
have to
together.
know
Everything works if you
exactly
let
how
it.
it goes, right?
Yeah. So if you didn't play Tetris when you were little, you're screwed.
Right. And just so you know, our bass has a name. His name is Jeffrey. So
My husband's
next
name.
time. Oh my goodness, that's so
boy.
funny. Well, that's the name of our bass. No wonder you liked it so much. You know?
It's beautiful. It's like it's white.
You were drawn
and it's like,
to Jeffrey. You were just right for Jeffrey. Yeah. So.
Yeah, no, but seriously, like I saw like all this glitter coming out of it, and like, you know, like having like shining to it.
Birds
like,
were
yes,
flying
I was
around.
like,
Yeah.
you know, brought it over here, like action, and I'm like, you know.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Okay,
Let's
who
try
wants to sing?
Do you want to try distant tune, I guess?
Let's do a sound check.
That's pretty loud.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
he can't hear me, he's playing something. So it's that was kind of a little bit rough. But normally we can hear each other.
No,
We
well,
have
that
a
was
whole
really,
band,
really
so-
nice. Thank you so much. And we have Ruben Dominguez saying, "Hey, Bill."
I also go by William. That's my first name. My middle name is Michael, but he's one of the few people that gets away with calling me Bill. So
Oh,
Hey,
it's a
guys.
secret. What a secret.
I didn't even
We
know
didn't
that.
know.
All this time, I never
so
knew.
when
we
you
always
guys
call
get
him
each
stuff
other,
about
wait,
each
call him
other
Bill.
every
Call him
day.
Bill, yeah. All right. Now we got that
And we
secret.
were calling him Billy.
Oh, yeah.
By either or.
That's his alias. Billy the Goat Best Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have your mom saying in Spanish, "Thank you for that interview," and she sends hugs.
Oh,
Send it
hi.
back to you later on this week, Mom.
Yeah, so get the food ready, because that's how we're gonna go see our parents too, you know. We go for the good food too. So, yeah, and my Martinez, nice tune. Thank you so much, Mike. Kiss is my friend. So let me see, what time is it? I think we have time for another song. Would you
Yes.
like
All right. This is one of Brett's Jokey Monster songs, and it's called "Down the Road."
Yes.
It's about a
Yeah,
guy who
let's have
takes the wrong way home, and what happens to him. And so it's
You like
called.
those horror movies?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly
I
right.
Like the
like
Wrong
it.
Turn. Have you guys remember the Wrong Turn? The movie Wrong Turn?
Wrong turn.
That was
Amazing.
freaking. Oh, I was
Half
I'll
my
try to
life
song
was
about
on the
it.
wrong turn.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys have to watch it. You guys have to watch a scary thing. Yeah.
I like this one because it kind of reminds me of something Johnny Lee Hooker would have done. So this one's called "Down the Road," and. Well, the moon is little and the moon is full. It's like a picture from a comic or a penny fool. A house is a shiver up and down my spine, but it might be a joke by a friend of mine, or it might just be a werewolf down the road. I can't get the strange thoughts out of my mind. Was that a shadow that I passed, or was that phrase died? The ground makes me jump right out of my skin, and I'm hoping and praying it was just the wind, but it might just be a werewolf down the road. Oh, where's my silver bullet? Well, whistling past the old cemetery, there's a pair of red eyes that are staring at me. My heart it shudders and it feels for a beat, and my brain just can't control my feet, but it might just be a werewolf down the road. Well, the moon is low and the moon is full. It's like a picture from a comic or a penitent fool. A house is a shiver up and down my spine, but it might be a joke by a friend of mine, or it might just be a werewolf down the road. I said it might just be a werewolf down the road. It might just be a werewolf down the road.
Bravo!
Oh, hands are slippery because it's so hot.
Yeah. Not good.
Yeah, we're like melting here. If you guys, can tell, but I think you guys can.
pretty
But
warm.
that was wonderful. See, that's the werewolf song. ¿Cómo les gustó la canción del lobo? Hasta los efectos especiales. Woo! What was it? There you go. So who wrote this song?
Brett.
Writes them.
Brett wrote this song and the music, everything.
He writes them, we sing them.
Yeah, that's right.
We don't bother helping him. You know, he got it, so it's like
We're
we
picking
just,
up what he's laying down.
Exactly.
So have you guys participated on one song, all of you guys, as far as like writing it or making the music? or
Just
anything?
playing it and singing it. That's all we do on our part.
Kendall wrote Corona Blues.
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yes,
Wow.
yes. We
Yeah.
should have mentioned
So you
that.
have to check it out at YouTube. So go to YouTube, Corona Blues, Vampire Rodeo, and it will come up. So, you know, you guys can laugh a little bit because they said it's pretty funny. So, I mean, the video too, right?
Oh yeah, it's funny. It
Yes,
was a
because I have a
blast.
fashionable gas mask on.
They got like,
Nice.
what is it called? Vidazo? Like, you vidazo it?
It's got the whole thing, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Goggles, and the whole
Yeah.
works.
Let's see. Well, if you guys want to just say goodbye to our audience, and thank you guys so much
Thank
for
you.
being here.
Thanks for
Thank you
having
so
us.
much.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
And
Thanks
See
for
you out there.
listening.
yeah.
Bye.
And hopefully it won't be the last time either, you know, and maybe, you know, the CD comes out sooner than 2022. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But, you know, you never know. You never know. I mean, a lot of people are actually releasing singles, you know, that works better right now, I heard, so.
Since everybody downloads anyway, you don't sell
Yeah.
a lot,
Yeah.
you know.
All of our music is currently on all of the platforms.
Maybe more videos
So-
coming up.
Yeah, there you go.
You could,
There-
yeah, you could.
Well, now you guys know Michael Starks.
Yeah.
Hey.
Maybe more movies, huh?
Yeah, I'm
Well-
just throwing it out there, Michael, you know. You never know, you never know. But there's a lot of ways that, you know, I'll give you guys some tips about, you know, how to make videos for less. Like one-on-one. But-
Actually, Joel, our drummer, is heavily into making videos, and he
Oh.
actually
He's got his own YouTube channel.
he does.
Makes you sing.
So yes,
Yeah.
Awesome.
so he does a great job for us.
No wonder he was saying that he wanted to get more involved into the filming industry,
Yeah.
you know, when we're
Yeah.
there. So that's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
you know, maybe more videos coming
Yeah.
out from
Hey, Joel.
Vampire Rodeo. Yes. So, muchas gracias por estar con nosotros. Aquí estamos despidiendo ya a nuestros compañeros de Vampire Rodeo. Les digo, síganos por favor. Están en YouTube, en Facebook, en Instagram. El video de Corona Blues está en YouTube, así que vayan a chequearlo. También, pues aquí les acaban de cantar. Esas canciones pueden encontrarlas ustedes en todas las plataformas musicales como Spotify, Apple Music y todos esos. Así que por favor vayan y apóyenlos. Y como les digo, van a estar esta noche en el 6265 Garrison Road, Arvada, Colorado. Van a estar ahí en el show de carros, así que si tienen su carro, Kika, si me estás viendo, amiga, lleven su carro, Lalo, para que lo exhiban ahí un rato y que pasen un buen tiempo con la música de ellos y pues muchísimas gracias.
Thank you,
Thank
Sylvia.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and guys, I'll see you guys next, well, let me see, what's next weekend? Yeah, the 18th. We might have wrestlers here in the studio next week, so
All
make sure that you
right.
guys
MMA.
yeah, well, we're gonna have from I think it's someone from the WWE, but we'll see.
Right.
We're
Oh.
still checking that out. So make sure that you are, you know, checking my Facebook page, Instagram, you know, whatever you guys are checking our stories at KUHS Denver as well, and to find out who's gonna be with us next Sunday. So thank you so much, guys. Kids, have a wonderful rest of the Sunday, and hope you guys had a good 4th of July. Thank you to all our, you know, veterans and everybody that fought for our freedom, and
sure.
and we're here. So thank you so much. So see you guys next Sunday. Hasta luego, un besote. Los amo.
Adios.
Thank you.
Adios.
Adios.